Hi, welcome back to Energy Healing with Colleen. I'm Colleen McCann. This is number 2 in my video series to help you energetically clear yourself and feel better. And each video will give you one more technique that I use to help clear myself when I'm not feeling my best, or when I'm trying to look at a topic and look for any energetic blocks to my success. Today's topic is about releasing other people's energy. If you're anything like me, energetically sensitive, oftentimes other people's energy infiltrates my energy field and I suffer physically or emotionally or spiritually or whatever. It's always interesting to me. I know my body and my emotions pretty well. It's usually pretty obvious to me that, say, if I am nauseous, or if I feel anxiety, that's a good example. If I feel anxiety, I know anxiety. I've experienced anxiety since I was a little kid. So when I feel anxiety, I feel it in the pit of my stomach. And how I kind of get a sense of it's not mine is if I feel that anxiety sensation in the pit of my stomach, but I don't have a mental component to it. I don't have something that I'm really feeling anxious about. And oftentimes that's an indicator to me that it does not belong to me. Oftentimes, when I'm not feeling good, the first thing I go to is I ask, does this energy belong to me? Does this, for example, headache energy belong to me? Or does any of this or some of this headache energy belong to somebody else? And very, very often, because I deal with a lot of people and I'm very sensitive, very often the answer is yes, it belongs to somebody else. Sometimes it's completely their energy and it's manifesting in my energy field as these symptoms. And just to be real clear, if I have nauseousness and I find out it's Susie's, it doesn't mean that Susie is nauseous and is giving it to me. You're taking on somebody else's energy and it's your body's, I think of it as your body or higher self's indicator to you that you need to clear it by giving you these symptoms. So the first step of this is to have your ability to get a yes and no answer. And last time we talked about using a pendulum, but please note you can use self-muscle testing, you can use another person to help test you, you can do any of a number of ways to get your answers. I'm just going to run through a scenario of how I would release, say, some nauseousness that doesn't belong to me. In essence, I call it my menu. So it's like we're creating your menu of options. So if you're not feeling well, you can start looking at your menu, and with your pendulum getting yes and no answers, you can ask, okay, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? So first stop, I get my pendulum, and I'm going to make my pendulum do what I want it to do purely for the sake of this video, because gratefully I'm not having any symptoms at the moment. So let's say that I am highly nauseous and I get out my pendulum and I ask, does this nauseousness energy belong to me? And we're going to make my pendulum say no. And just a reminder, my no is a counterclockwise circle. Your no can be anything else. It's very personal. So don't take my no as your no. Okay, so it does not belong to me. Who does it belong to? I like to ask, can we determine who this belongs to? Yes. Okay. Then you narrow it down. And I like to say, whoever this energy belongs to, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean they were trying to do something awful to you. Don't make it mean anything like that. And this is by no means a witch hunt. And for those of us who've been killed a lot in past lives for being witches, that has special meaning to us. We're going to look and see, so we know it belongs to somebody else, and we have permission to look and see who it belongs to. Okay, this belongs to a female. Yes. Okay, this belongs to a friend. Yes. Okay, so we've got that it's a female friend. And let's just say I just had lunch with 3 of my girlfriends. Okay? So I'll just say their names. So they would be like the most likely suspects. It doesn't mean that it would necessarily or have to be one of them, but since I would just spend some time with those people, that might be a good place to start. So this belongs to Jeanette. This belongs to Barbara. This belongs to Vicky. Oh, it belongs to Vicky. Okay. And this can get really complicated, but we're going to keep it really simple, especially for people just starting out. So this belongs to Vicky. Okay. Is our best course of action to give Vicky her energy back now? Yes. Okay, so I'm getting a fake yes on that. So we're going to return Vicky's energy back to her. This is how I do that. And if this is brand new for you, you might want to even ask if you have the capacity to do this. I know when I was first starting out, I was thinking, what? I can do this? How would I be able to do this? I always think like, I didn't go to Hogwarts, so how would I be able to do this? So ask your pendulum, do I have the capacity to release this person's energy? And by doing that, if you get a yes, and you continue to get yeses on the questions you ask about if you're able to do certain things, that helps to build your confidence. So this is a great way to gain confidence. And if you get a no that you're not able to, you probably have some old gunk, probably from past lives. It could be current or past life religious upbringing that maybe warns against this kind of stuff as if it were evil. And it's not, okay? So there's ways of getting past that old junk. And I've had to get past, and I continue to work on clearing old past lives in which I was killed for doing what I do. And so as I'm making these videos even, so much of that stuff has come up for me. This old resonance of like, I don't know if I should out myself because I've been killed for it in the past. Pretty sure we're not going to be killed for it this time. Let's say we get a yes that we're going to release Vicky's energy back to her. What I do is, I always do it with my eyes closed, so I'm going to do it now. I picture just a very simple graphic, if you will. Think of it as we all have an energy bubble around us. Just a real simple bubble. You don't have to make it complicated. We all have a bubble around us. And just picture, real simply, like see you in your bubble, and then you see Vicky's bubble kind of infiltrating your bubble. And all you're going to do is, I don't move my hands, like as I'm sitting here I wouldn't move my hands to do it, but I see myself in my mind of just pushing her bubble back to her and kind of patting it around her so it's like all secure around her and not in me. And that's basically all I do. And then after that, I get my pendulum out and I ask, did we successfully release all of Vicky's energy back to Vicky? Yes. Good. Okay, if you're still feeling that symptom after you've released somebody else's energy, you can just ask, is there anybody else's energy that's contributing to this symptom? And then eventually, when you can just ask, so any remaining symptom belongs to me? Yes. Okay. And then give it a little bit of time. Oftentimes for me, the relief is instantaneous. But sometimes it's kind of like a bad dream. If you have a bad dream and it's like, even though you wake up and you know everything's okay, you're in your bed, you're safe, but you have that kind of like, you've been slimed a little bit, you kind of have to let it take its course and wearing off. Sometimes symptoms are a little bit like that too. It's not always instantaneous, but boy is it fun when it is. It's such a relief, and it's magical. Let me just say that in these videos, I'm going to tell you the visions I get in my mind that help me do my work. But be open to, you can try it the way I try it, just to start if you'd like, and maybe that's how it'll be for you forever. But be open to the idea of maybe you'll get a different kind of vision of how you're going to do it, your specific way. And by no means are you supposed to just stick to my way. I'm just trying to open the door for you to be open to the magic of the universe. Really, that's my whole job here. Ooh, that must be true. It's making me cry a little bit. That's how I get my signals of that I'm on the right track. Anyway, I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, I would love for you to leave those in the comment section, and I will either write back to you or it'll be addressed in a future video. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate your support, and if you'd like to make sure that you get future videos, please subscribe. Thank you so much. See you next time.